Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to create this cute little image that you can use as a sticker. And I think it's really cute. You can put whatever image you choose to on the inside. And then I have the words, it's not just the color of my skin, I'm black from the outside in. So I'm going to create this, show you how to create this in Canva, and then we're going to take and print it out, and then we're going to cut it out with my Silhouette Cameo 4. All right, so without further ado, come on, let's get started. All right, guys, so here we are in Canva, and we're just going to click on the purple and white button here on the left. And to create a design, we're going to select from the menu on the left, custom size. And I have mine up under recent, but if you're new to Canva, you'll just click on your units drop down arrow and select inches. And in the width field, you'll type in your 8.5 by 11. And then click on the purple and white button that says create new design. That'll get you into your blank Canva design. And we're going to start out with, and I just click my slide to get rid of, that stuff there. So we're going to start out with the elements on the left. And I'm going to use this design right here. Now, a lot of what I'm going to show you today, you are going to have the paid version of Canva Pro, because a lot of stuff we're using, it has the crown, so it's not a part of the free Canva. So I'm going to go to Elements, and I'm going to select Black History Backgrounds. And then when you click on See All, it's going to be this one here, all right? And um, one of the things I like about Canva is that you can click on the three dots here. When you find an image you like, you can favorite, okay? So you can get to it easily. And then you can see more like this, all right? So it'll show you all of the images that are in that category, okay? Um, this is Yay Design, okay? So that's one of the things I wanted to show you when you're working in Canva and you want to try to keep a color consistency. This is one way that you can do that. Is by just coming out here to see what other images are out there. So as you can see, a lot of the colors are the same. There are a few that are different, but like if you wanted to keep it within that red, yellow, green, there's a lot of red, yellow, and green in here to play around with. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to select this background. And we're going to take this background and we are going to um, flip the background. So I'm going to click on flip horizontal, not flip horizontal, but flip vertical because I want the green at the top instead of the red. Okay, so we got green at the top, yellow, and then red. Then we're going to click on that and this may not be the one I was choosing, y'all. Hold on. Might not be the right one. Let me go back. It's this one. Okay. So this is the one I was using. I knew it was like different because it wouldn't let me use it as a background. All right, so it automatically has the green here. So I'm going to right click and say set images background. And then it gives me that green, yellow, red, which is what I want. Okay. I'm going to go to uploads and I'm going to bring in my image, which is this little cutie right here. And I'm going to first start out by expanding this image. So I'm going to go to edit and I'm going to come over in the Magic Studio, click on the right arrow, and I'm going to select Magic Expand. And I just kind of want to do the freeform to kind of extend this up a little bit just to see if I can kind of get that part where it's kind of cutting off her head. And then I'm going to click on the purple and white button that says expand. Because she's too cute to have her head chopped off like that. So we're going to try to get what we can in there. All right, that is so much better. Oh, look at that. And then on the left here, under your crop, it's going to give you 4 different ones that you can choose from. It's kind of like AI. And I think this is the best one. All right, so we're going to click that one and we're going to select done. Oh, yeah, that's too cute. Now we're going to go back to our menu here above and we're going to click on BG Remover to get that background out of there. And then we'll have the background from our design here. Okay. Now I'm kind of liking that, but I think it's something else I want to do. But before I do that, I'm going to click on Edit again. And this time I'm going to click off. Okay. I'm going to click on Edit and I'm going to select Magic Eraser. And I'm going to come down here to my little slider and I'm going to kind of go over to the brush size here. And if you move this up and down, it'll change the size of your brush. I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to start getting rid of some of these little sparkles in her face. Cute, but not what I'm looking for. Maybe another time. So I'm just going to try to get out as much as I can and hope Canva works with me. But I want her face to be clear. All right, and then we're going to click on Erase. And you may have to go in and tidy it up more than once, but we'll see. Yep. So we're going to go back in again, but we're getting there. I'm always so anxious to get it done, so it may work better to do a little chunk at a time. And I don't want Canva to eat up her face. Oh yeah, much better. And you just kind of go until you get it where you want it. I think that's pretty good. Got a little bit too much yellow right there. Let's see if I can get rid of some of that. Okay. I think that's good. I keep saying that and then I click on something else. All right, so I got my little cutie patootie. Got her face kind of cleaned up. I like that. So then we're going to click on the X here now that we're done. And then I'm going to click on Edit and I'm going to come down to the filters and I'm going to change her skin tone to Fresco. And that just makes it a little bit browner. And you can't even tell that we did that magic eraser on her face. So when you take a look at this one compared to this one, let's take a look. Okay, so I think the little glitter in her face is cute, but that's not the look I'm going for. But it would still work if I didn't want to, if you don't want to remove the background, you don't have to on an image. And you can still edit and use that fresco to get their skin tones really close. But this one looks so much better to me. All right. All right. So we're going to take this one and delete it, get that out of our way. All right. Now that we have that, we have our image. We're going to work on our text now. So I'm going to come over to the left menu and select text. And then I'm going to add a heading. And I'm going to put my wording in. I'm not just, let me see, what does I have? Doop, 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 doop. Okay, I'm not just the color of my skin. I'm black from the outside in. Period. Okay, so that's what I'm going to put for my text. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to use the colors from this background to change these out. So, and I'm going to change my, let me change my font here. So I'm going to change this from Canva Sans, and I want to use this Run Deck Rough. That's one of my favorites. Kind of has like a little cute, fun look to it, and your words are still legible. I can still read those. All right. So we're going to highlight those, highlight our words. And I'm going to start out with one word at a time. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to change the colors. Okay. So I'm going to start out with this dark green. And then I'm going to go yellow. And you can do this however you so choose. And then red. And I'm just going to keep alternating with the green, yellow, red. And I think I used the wrong green right here. Okay. And it goes by a few faster to me if you do all this before we put everything in a circle. All right. So now we have our text. I'm not just the color of my skin. I'm black from the outside in. And what we're going to do now that we have that, we're going to do effects with our text highlighted. We're going to click on the pop menu and select effects. And we're going to come down to where it says shape and we're going to select curve. And we are going to play around with this slider until we get all of our words to where we can see them. So I'm going to bring that up. And don't worry about if it goes too big to where you can't see it. You just want to make sure your words are not overlapping. Okay. So that says, I'm black. I'm going to rotate this, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller here just so we can see it. And I'm going to rotate this because I want I'm not just the color of my skin to be at the top. Okay. I think that looks good, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up and I'm going to select an outline and I'm going to change the outline to white. Okay, and that way we can see it better. I'm not just the color of my skin, I'm black from the outside in. Okay, so now that we have that, and that's how that will look when we're done here. So let's kind of bring that down. And I kind of think that I want to shift my background because that yellow on yellow is not working for me. Let's see if we can, I'm going to detach it for a second and I'm going to rotate it so that it's kind of like that. And then I'm going to set images background. I think that's better because the yellow now shows more. It's not, her bow sitting on yellow on yellow on yellow. And one of the other things is I'm going to double click on the background and then I'm going to drag it out so that I don't have that white in there. Just like that. Okay. Then click off of it. Looks good. So that's what we have right now. I'm not just the color of my skin. I'm black from the outside in. Okay. I like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on a blank slide. I'm going to go to elements because I think I want to do this instead because I don't want that to look cut off right there. So I'm going to go and I'm going to select frames. You can type it in. I have it in my recent, so I'm just going to go here to see all and I'm going to select this circle and then I'm going to go here and move that out of my way. I'm going to copy her and paste her here and I'm going to drag her inside. So now it has that rounded instead of square at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to use this. I'm just going to copy it. I don't know why I didn't think to do that at first, but we're going to delete that and then we're going to paste her here. And we can increase her size a little bit. And then we're going to bring that back. I think that looks much better. Yes, that's it. That's it, y'all. That's it. All right. So now we have, I'm not just the color of my skin. I'm black from the outside in. Speak, speak, speak. Okay. All right. So now that we have that, guys, um, and I haven't tried this before, what I'm about to show you, I'm going to do the frame again. I haven't tried this before, y'all, so don't shoot me. Okay. So I'm going to group that. And now we have our little sticker here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this will work. I'm going to share this. I'm going to download it. And I'm going to select page 1. I'm going to be done and download. And what I'm doing now is trying to get everything into where I can bring it into the circle and see if I can get this in one circle instead of, may not work, but this is how we learn. Or let me say, this is how I learn. Hopefully you guys learn by doing this as well. All right, so we are now going to, I don't know why. Okay, we're going to upload and we're going to go to all files and downloads. And we're going to do this one. All right. So now we have our image here. And we're going to bring it over and see if we can get it inside this circle. Let's take a look. Okay, almost right. Let me see if we have the ability to double click it and bring it up. And now let's take a look. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh, perfecto, y'all. It worked like a champ. I love it. Okay. All right. So now we have our sticker. All right. And sometimes I get people to ask me where can they buy the image. Um, I will place the little girl in my on my Etsy page for anyone that wants to use it. I will go in and expand her out so that her head is not chopped off. So if you want this particular image, it will be available on my Etsy shop. Okay. All right. Or you can use whatever image you so choose. All right. So there you go. Oh, it's y'all. So we're going to be making stickers, but I could totally see this on a t-shirt. Like if we were to put this on a black t-shirt, that would be popping. That would be popping. Okay. All right. And I could have made her a little bit bigger. Um, but I didn't. Let me see. I'm gonna ungroup it. And did it. Ungroup. And then I'm gonna click on her and see if I can make her just a little bit bigger. I don't want her touching the words to where our words can't be seen. But if you make these, you can make her a little bit bigger. So I could have went a little bit bigger and then expanded that up. So the just is not touching, but everything else looks good. All right. So I would go here and kind of bring that up just a tad, a little bit more. Where the just is not on her hair. And I keep putting it right back. All right, I'm not going to take up too much time, but I would just play with that. So that looks better. I like that. I can get jiggy with that. That is too cute, y'all. Okay, so we've already made our sticker, right? So we have it. We got it. We good. So what we're going to do now that we have our sticker here, we're going to take and put this back on white. And this is going to be the design that we use inside of Cameo. Okay, so we're going to share. download, and we're going to download 2 this time and deselect 1, done. We want a transparent background and we're going to download. All right, y'all, give it up for ourselves. We got our sticker and it didn't take us long to make that, but you got a chance to see how you can go in and play with the Canva elements, using the backgrounds, using going in and finding images that are in the same likeness as something that you choose from your elements, and how you can favorite a particular element that you might use more often than, not, or what have you. So we have all that good stuff in there and we're good to go. We got our um, words in a circle. We've removed the background from our image, expanded her hair so it's not cut off. And we also went in and did magic eraser and cleaned out the little glitter stuff that was in her face. So you got a lot out of this tutorial today, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause, especially if this is your first time using Canva, okay? Or if you have been using Canva but not in this way, all right? So we're going to move on to the next phase, which is getting this inside of Silhouette Studio 5, and I'm going to be printing and cutting these using my Cameo. We're going to cut with my Cameo 4. All right? All right. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I am now inside of Silhouette Studio 5. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to start out by clicking on Design. We have our 3 little tabs up here to the far right. We're going to click on Design. And we want to get our page set up correctly. So we're going to click on, I'm going to change this to show less, but we're going to click on Page Setup. And with your page set up, you want to put it on your machine. I have the Cameo 4. The feed type is going to be manual. If you were using a different type of feed, you would select that. And then I'm going to be using my cutting mat, Cameo. And then this is where you're going to select your media size. So we're doing 8.5 by 11. And all that looks good. So we're going to leave everything else the same. And then we're going to go in and we're going to come down to print and cut, which is far bottom right here, right before your show more. And we're going to enable our registration marks. And this is going to show you where your cut area is. So you don't want your images to go outside of this red area, because if it does, then Cameo will not cut it. Okay, you would have to cut that yourself, and we don't want that to happen. So put your registration marks on. That's very important. All right, once we do that, we're now going to bring our sticker in. So we're going to go to File, Merge, and we're going to go to All Files, Downloads, and we're going to grab this little cutie right here. All right, she comes in super large. I wish I could print a big sticker like that. But with the image selected, we're going to come up to our top menu here, the width and the height, and we're going to click on this unlock aspect ratio one time. And I'm going to do them at a 2 by 2. So I'm going to put in 2.0 and enter. And then I'm going to tab over to the height and put in 2.0 and enter. And that's going to give us our size there. And we're going to go ahead and click back on our locks or lock to lock that back up. And there we have our little cute little sticker, y'all. Aww. All right. So now that we have our one sticker, and we're going to make sure that it is inside here, then we're going to right click and we're going to duplicate. And we're just going to bring that over to the right there and duplicate and bring that over to the right. Now you can make yours smaller, whatever floats your boat. And what I'm going to do now is highlight or select all 3 of them and duplicate, and then I'm just going to come down like that. And so now I have 12 stickers. All right. And I'm going to kind of Bring them to the center like that. All right, so now that we have our stickers, we're going to go ahead and print these out, okay? So we're going to go to File, Print, and you have your sensor marks. You want to make sure those are seen, okay? Everything looks good. We're going to click on Print, and I'm using my HP Officejet Pro 7740, which is my inkjet printer. I'm going to go to Preferences. So I have it on Portrait. It's only going to print on one side. I'm going to click the Paper Quality tab, and I'm going to select Main Tray. I want the best print in color, and then I have it on Letter. My print quality, color, and borderless printing is going to be on. And here in the media, forgot to say, I'm going to choose photo paper, which is going to make me put my borderless back on. All right, so I got main tray photo paper. Now I'm using glossy sticker paper, but I tend to find that with this glossy sticker paper brand that it works better on photo for my inkjet printer. Okay, so whatever works best for you, that's what you'll select here. But even though I'm using glossy sticker paper, I'm going to choose photo. Then we're going to hit OK. And then I'm going to hit print. But before I do, I'm going to show you the sticker paper that I'm using. And then I'll hit print so you guys can see that. And we'll be done almost. All right, guys. So this is the paper that I'm using, which is Cola inkjet vinyl sticker paper. You see it says glossy. But even though it says glossy, I'm going to put it on photo, or I selected photo. Uh-oh, just dropped my papers, y'all. All right, we're going to go ahead and put our paper in with the logo up. Slide it right in there. And I'm going to go ahead and hit print. And we're going to get those babies printed out. All right. Now, if any of you do this particular project and you're in my Facebook group, please post your images in the Facebook group so we can see your work as well. Now, like I said, you can make your stickers smaller. I kind of practiced a little bit before I did this one, and I did them on 1.5 by 1.5, so I wanted to make them larger. So that's what I did too. If you do 1.5, you'll be able to get 16 on one page. 2 by 2 gave me the 12. Okay, so you're only losing 4 images, but y'all look at that. So pretty. So pretty. All right, let's go to the Cameo now. All right, guys, so we're back inside of Silhouette Studio 5, and we are now going to tell it to cut these out for us. So we were working on design. Now we're going to move to the Send tab. And you want to make sure that you only see the red lines around the outside of your sticker, okay? If you see where yours doesn't look like mine, then that means it's not going to cut right, okay? So all this looks good. Everything is inside of our sensor and our red lines, so we're good to go. Right underneath design, you have a guide. Let's go to standard. And here, this is where you can tell it what type of paper you're using. So I have mine on sticker paper clear, on cut using my auto blade. If you're using any type of different sticker paper than me, you can just click on the down arrow and select what you're using. And then it automatically put my force at 25, my speed at 4. I'm going to bump my speed up to 10. And it's going to do 2 passes. I like it with the 2 passes because it cuts through the sticker, but it doesn't cut through to the back. So they'll still have the full sheet. If you wanted to cut all the way through, then you want to increase your force and possibly your blade depth so that it goes through the entire sticker. So you just have 12 individual stickers cut all the way through. All right. But I'm going to leave mine on the sheet. All right. And then I'm going to bump my blade depth up to a 3 just by clicking and dragging that over. So we have that on a 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and slide my mat in with my image on it, and then I'll click send. Okay. But if I hit send now, I'm going to show you what it's going to do. It's going to say, please load the cutting mat into the Cameo 4. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place my image on my 12 by 12 mat, Cameo mat. And guys, you want to make sure that if your ink is not dry, that you're not touching your colors and smearing them, which is really easy to do when you're using like glossy and photo paper. It's really easy to do. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and load my mat. All right. So that sign will or message will go away once you load your mat. And then I'm going to click on send. But before I do that, I'm going to go over to where you can get the visuals. Okay. All right, guys, so before I hit send, I just want to give you the visuals. So you want to make sure that when you put your mat in, guys, you want to get your mat lined up with that first arrow here and that last arrow right there, okay? You want to make sure that it's lined up properly. If it's not, all you do because sometimes it's hard to get it right the first time, you just take and press the arrow to pop your mat back out, and then just take your time and make sure you got it in there right. You don't want your cut to be off. All right, that looks perfect. All right, once you do that, then we're gonna go ahead and click on, oops, yeah, my paper shifted, hold on. We don't want no busted cut. That's the last thing you want to do is get this far and your cut is off. I got to make sure that this baby is on. Now you can use some painter's tape, guys, to hold this in place, which I might possibly do. Just don't cover up your sensor marks because it has to be able to see that sensor. Otherwise, it's not going to cut properly. All right, I'm going to get a little piece of painter's tape. Because one of the things I noticed about this cutting mat is that it was not super sticky, but sometimes when I think it's not holding, it really is holding it. And I don't understand how, because it doesn't feel super sticky. So I'm just going to put a little piece of painter's tape on the bottom and up here at the top, just to help hold that in or hold that on. I don't want it to shift. And then I'm going to place it back in. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to go ahead and hit send on my Cameo Studio 5. And I'm going to let you see that it's going to start to cut. It's looking for the sensor marks to know where to place the cuts. And then it's going to start cutting. Now, once it starts cutting, we're good to go. It's going to do 2 passes. So I'm going to let this finish cutting, and then I'll come back when it's done, and we'll see what our finished product looks like. All right, guys, it has finished cutting. I always just take a feel just to make sure I can feel the cuts before I release. And then I go ahead and hit the arrow right here to go ahead and release it. And y'all, these are just too freaking cute. And so you see when I pulled it up from the mat, I still have the entire sticker sheet in place. I'm just going to pull that painter's tape off of there. And now you could place a box around here so that it cuts that out so that you don't have those registration marks. I'm just going to use my manual cutter and cut those out, but I just want to show you that it cuts through your first layer. Look at that, y'all. Too freaking cute. So that's the first one I made, and it's a 1.5. So that's why I bumped it up to 2. And I'm going to place that one right there. All right. So if you decide to do them, post them in the group, in my Facebook group, and let me know that you did. And we'll be good to go. All right. All right, guys. So that is it. We walked through Canva, and then we came from Canva into Silhouette Studio 5. And then I showed you how to print out these stickers. Now I'm going to use my manual cutter to just show you what that looks like as we're wrapping up here. But like I said, you can place a box, a rectangle around your design that will cut out that instead of having to do this. So I'm going to use my little cutter here. Let me turn it around this way so I can see better. But yeah, if you're in my Facebook group, guys, and you do this project, post in the group that you did the stickers. Let us see what yours look like. And also, if you are interested in the little girl from this design, I will post her on my Etsy page for those of you that may be interested, because sometimes I get people to ask how can they get that image. Y'all, I'm never good with this thing. I always cut something I'm not supposed to cut. So y'all might be better at it than me. But this is just getting rid of the registration mark or the censor marks if you were gifting this to someone. So then you just have the sticker sheet without those marks, and then you can cut that side as well. But you have one little sticker to give to everybody, right? And that's a total of 12 if you do 2 by 2. You can get 16 if you do 1.5 by 1.5. All right. So if you have any questions about any part of the process that was not clear, please chime in the comments. I'll do my best to help you. I'm trying to get better at using my Silhouette Cameo 4, which has been sitting here for a year now. I always go to what I know best, which was my Cricut Maker. And so I'm trying to fluctuate between both to help both sides. So if you use the Cameo 4 or the Cameo period or the Cricut Maker cutting machine, I'll be able to speak to both. All right. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.